Hello, everybody. Full, full interest. Full interest.
Yeah.
Reviews. This is stuff we do where we review a show that we totally like, and even if Casey, that's me, if Casey shits on it for an extended period of time, that doesn't mean he doesn't like it. Usually, I'm really not going to shit on this. This was fucking great, but
Yeah.
yeah, I tend to be a little overly analytical and critical, so sometimes I just need to get that up front. So
My Hero Academia, season 3, episode, I think it's like 43, if we're just going by total. Roaring
44,
Upheaval.
I believe. 44.
40, 44. Yeah, you're right. Um, so, this one, we start off with basic what they're doing now is like the first 3 minutes are just opening and what happened last time, back into it.
Yeah.
Um, I don't feel like the what happened last time is really necessary, but I understand
It gives a little
kind
more
of.
context in with the whole this is what happened previously thing.
Hmm.
Like, it runs through that and then it adds in the context of Shoji explaining how the whole Dark Shadow coming out thing happened.
I feel like that was actually when the episode start. Wait, no, he said that last episode though.
No,
That they were attacked by a
all he said
villain.
was that they were attacked by a villain and then Dark Shadow
Yeah,
came out and went crazy. In this
the
one,
actual contest is after the title card.
it shows what happened and like what actually happened and how it went down specifically, and that it
That was
was
after the
teeth.
title card. That wasn't in the actual flashback
Okay,
part,
fine,
but
whatever. I was trying to be nice,
yeah.
but sure.
So basically, yeah, Shoji lost his hand. He can grow many hands. It's not that big of a deal. But Tokuyami got really upset by this, and he lost his cool, and Dark Shadow went crazy. And you can see there's like a shot of Dark Shadow in like a bigger, buffer, spikier form, which is he had Dark Shadow under control until that happened, and like the anger took control of him, and then he just lost Dark Shadow, which is now attacking at anything it detects moving or making a sound, like within its certain range.
Yeah. And Shoji explains that, hey, we heard you. Bakugo's the one being targeted, so you're probably going to go after him, right? I can distract Tokuyami, and you can go after Bakugo, or you could stay and help me.
Yeah, we got
But
to
you
try
have
to
to
get him
choose.
to. We got to try to get Tokuyami to the campfire or to camp, where somebody can put some light on him and help him. And Deku's like, "Wait, I have an idea." Cut over to Bakugo and Todoroki, still kind of fighting the tooth guy, Moonfish.
Fucking tooth guy.
Yeah, and
Bakugo is like, hey, I'm just fucking gonna go all out and fucking deck this dude. And Todoroki is like, you're an idiot, basically, and explains why he's an idiot. And Bakugo is still pissy, but clearly agrees because he doesn't do what he said he
yeah,
was gonna do.
he's frustrated that he has to agree because he can't actually fight this guy, and he wants to.
Yeah, this whole episode is a lot of establishing Bakugo. His biggest probable weakness is he really does not have a good planning ahead ability. He's just
Like
not great at it. In the heat of the moment,
the
he can do things sometimes, but just actual
yeah,
plans are not his strong
it's
suit.
like the difference between him and Deku is Deku will plan a lot of things out beforehand and then do that, and Bakugo is really good at improvising in the middle of things. And as a result of that, sometimes like he's not going to come up with a lot of clever solutions against to fight things against his type, whereas Deku usually will try to.
Yeah. So at this point, they hear Deku shouting, and see Shoji and with Deku on his back, just running from Dark Shadow that's kind of chasing them and smashing through the entire forest on its way through.
Yeah. So Deku's plan was, why don't we just do both? We can take him to Bakugo and Todoroki, both of which use light-based things with fire, and they can calm him. But you've got to use your Dupla arms to kind of use sounds to basically bait him. So that way he's not attacking us directly, and we can lead him.
Yeah, and yeah, this is classic take a third option, which is very American superhero. But it still fits because it's Deku and he plans things out and would have thought of this. It makes sense that
Yeah,
he would think of
it's
this.
a very it's a smart plan.
Yeah. Like, a lot of the danger of the whole take a third option philosophy in these Sophie's Choice kind of moments is sometimes there isn't a way out, and the way out can be kind of contrived a lot of the time. But if you really plan these stories out beforehand and lay the appropriate groundwork, like Deku knows about Dark Shadow's weaknesses because of the tournament and everything that already happened. Because they laid that groundwork, this whole thing makes sense. I'm doing a lot of hand gestures off frame.
Yeah. So one of the
yeah.
things that that happens in this arc is Deku is completely like destroyed, and his body is destroyed right off the bat in this arc, and so the rest of the arc is just him using his brain because he can't use anything else, which is a nice way to kind of set it up. So they lead Dark Shadow over, and Dark Shadow just immediately crushes Moonfish.
Well, not quite. They're all about. Well, Todoroki is about to flame on basically and take down Dark Shadow, but Bakugo stops him because, as you say, improvising on the fly. Just fucking let it happen. Because this is exactly what we needed. Because this guy's been a pain in our ass. But Dark Shadow can just fucking swat him out of the air, and it's done.
just bam, and he's just.
Oh, and perfect quote for. Hang on, where's my quote? I got a quote. You don't matter. It's fucking great because it's true. Fucking stupid teeth guy.
So Teeth Guy is immediately taken out. Then they calm Tokoyami with the fire, the Dark Shadow, and they were like, okay, so we need to get Bakugo back to camp. So if we...
You forgot Tokoyami's Chuny speech of, I let the darkness out and it was so strong and got... It's very Chuny, but also kind of genuine, and the voice acting really helps. Because if you play this wrong, it's gonna seem really lame. But voice acting on point as well.
Also, props to Shoji for getting a bit of a spotlight. He normally doesn't get one.
Yeah, he's usually either in the background or paired up with invisible see-through girl.
Invisibility girl.
Who, is also always in the background. So,
yeah, it's nice to see him come to the forefront a bit. So they're all discussing things and how they're going to deal with the current situation, and we gotta protect Bakugo.
Long shot of Bakugo in the background.
Yeah, he's just like, just
back and forth.
Like, hell, you're protecting me. You know?
It's fucking great because he's watching all the other characters just sort of strategize and plan ahead and do things that he's not very good at, and you can kind of almost see that he's realizing, I have nothing to input here. I have no idea what to do.
Yeah, and the idea of... So Deku's plan is, if we try to go around the path, there is a fight happening with Spinner and Magni and the Pussycats. So we want to avoid that because we basically run right into them. So we want to cut through the forest, take the quickest route straight to the base, and we'll be fine.
Yeah, and I think it was Shoji that points out that there's still a good chance that there's a possibility that we'll just run into villains by chance, and it's just a risk we're going to have to take.
Put Bakugo in the middle.
Yep, put Bakugo in the middle, and if absolutely necessary, we still have the option of using Dark Shadow now that we can control him.
Yeah.
like I say, just Bakugo watching all of this go on around him and just not
great.
quite knowing what to do. Also, kind of knowing that they're talking around protecting him, which he doesn't like, but is still kind of going along with because he knows shit is going down. Which is also a very good sign of his growth as a character.
Like, he's not, like... Bakugo at the start of the series would have just run off on his own.
Yeah.
The fact that he's learning to go along with things is kind of showing how he's starting to grow. And I like that. So, they start to head off. Meanwhile...
Deku says a stupid thing as well. With a group like this, we could probably take on All Might. Yeah, sure.
With Dark Shadow, Tokoyami, Bakugo, and if Izuku had his power, they could probably stand a somewhat decent chance. I'm not saying they'd win,
No.
but they'd last more than 5 seconds.
Maybe.
But, yeah, I feel like that's more Deku trying to pump morale
Yeah.
more than anything
Maybe.
else.
Yeah.
Because they're running off into the dark where there's going to be villains. It's just like, we got this, guys. Like, heads up, we can do this. Meanwhile, Ochiko got cut by Toga, who has appeared and just randomly decided to try to stab her.
Yeah. All I have here for this little section is God Toga is creepy, but another
Yes.
good voice actor. God.
So Toga's just calling them like Ochiko-chan in the sub, and like Sue. And it's like, only my friends call me Sue. Oh, that
Don't
means we're
you
friends.
dare call me that.
Oh, that means we're friends, aren't we, Sue? And so she has her knife, and she also has this thing attached to her back, which when it's stabbed, it's like a syringe type thing, where she like jabs it into you and then sucks out your blood.
Yep.
And thankfully, Ochiko, like previously in the series, learned how to deal with somebody who has a knife and subdues her.
Yep.
Which then gets her talking about her philosophy of, we're similar, aren't we? You have somebody you like, huh? Well, I have somebody I like, and when you like somebody, you just want to become like them, don't you? And then you start to dress the same, and then you be like, man, I want to be them.
And then she has a speech of, oh, this is so nice. We're talking about our crushes and everything. We're such good friends.
Yeah. She also mentions that she really likes in a man to see somebody who's beaten up and smells of blood. And that's why she can't help but cut people up. Because remember, she was introduced as being in a series of deaths by blood loss.
Yeah, I don't think we really need to dance around that. Her quirk is probably that she's a vampire. She's a vampire, right?
I'm not going to say anything about what her quirk is. But it's probably related to the blood that she's trying to take, so there's that.
She has very notably sharp teeth. She is a vampire.
So she stabs the syringe into Ochiko's leg while she's distracting her with this conversation. And Ochiko can't really let go because she still has her subdued. And Sue is still kind of like pinned by her hair.
And all this time, Toga is just sort of suck.
Yeah.
It's fucking. On the one hand, On the other hand,
She's saying like choo choo in the sub, so she's making like kissy noises.
Yeah.
And it's just then Deku's group appears. Ochiko's distracted. Toga breaks free and is like, okay, I'm going to die if I stay here, so later. And then she gets a sight of Deku covered in dried blood and bruised and beaten. And she's just like... And then she runs off. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a special character, is what else...
So they meet up with Ochiko and Sue, who are like, oh, so you guys are protecting Bakugo, but where is Bakugo? and turn around. He's gone, and Tokoyami's gone.
Yep. And there's a magic man.
We meet the second of the three villains that weren't shown among the first seven, Mr. Compress.
Compress.
I like to say compress. It sounds fancier.
Compress means to put something on and then press it down.
Mr.
Compress means
Compress.
to squash.
Fine. Mr. Compress. Guess what his
I thought it
power
was
is?
compress as well to start with.
Guess what his power is? He can compress things. And he compressed both Bakugo and Tokoyami into these two little marbles. And he's like, yeah, Bakugo's pretty good. I liked what this guy did with Dark Shadow. It was very violent. I think we can use him. So I'm going to grab him too. Later.
And then everyone is like, come back, magic man.
I think he can basically kind of essentially fly because he's compressing the air underneath him to basically
Sure. That
just move
sounds
through the air really fast.
plausible. Yeah, okay. I'll go with that.
So like we
Basically
can't
Gecko, just moonwalk.
Yeah.
The One Piece move, basically.
basically. So they're chasing after him, but they can't catch up. So Deku's like, okay, we gotta do this. Ochiko, anti-gravity. Sue, fling us.
Basically, fastball special.
Yeah, release the gravity at the right time. Shoji, you have your tentacles and stuff, so you can kind of direct our aim and so adjust us in the air. And let's go. So they fastball special. Meanwhile, we do get a cut over to the villains, where
I'm liking Twice more and more, which is weird because, like I say, I hated his. Yeah, I guess technically Deadpool is his forebear, even though Deadpool is also a parody of another. Yeah. I'm not a fan of Deadpool. This guy I like though for some reason. I don't know why.
I'm a fan of Deadpool. I'm also a fan of Twice. Because Twice has a very interesting backstory that we'll get to that explains his behavior. But Twice is always just fun to see on screen. He's so energetic. Toga comes in, it's like, I only got one person's worth of blood. It's like, you're supposed to get 3. It's like, oh, well, And
Some stuff
Twice
happened.
is-
I might have died, but I made some nice friends and I met a cute
Twice is-
boy.
Twice was like, what happened to you? Why are you so happy? Who hurt you? And she's like, yeah, I made some nice friends and I met a cute boy, and it's just
Twice is like, is it me? I'm sorry, I'm not interested. I love you. I really like Twice. I don't know why.
he's just so fun. He's energetic and he's constantly contradicting himself. He has a gimmick that you can understand.
Yeah.
Dabi's like, yeah, okay, and they're just like, what about the Nomu? It's like, wait, it'll come back. It only listens to you though. That's kind of problematic.
All right, fine. I'll go get it.
So cut back to the note. We get to see the note.
We missed before Twice mentions the Nomu. There's fucking Aoyama that's just in the bushes.
Oh yes, Aoyama hiding in the bushes with an unconscious Jiro and his gas mask to the side, and he's just like flashback to Momo being like, "Okay, get them back, get back to camp. I'm gonna go see." Like, basically, was trying to tell him to get the gas masks and spread them all around and everything. But he ran into a bit of a problem. So he's hiding, and his eyes meet with Dabi, and Dabi goes to investigate, but Twice distracts him.
And mentions the Nomu, and you need to go get that thing. So he does.
Yeah, Aoyama just sat there terrified, unable to do anything, which is something he'll remember going forward.
Then we cut over to Momo and dude whose name I don't know and don't care to know.
Can't remember. He's from Class B.
He is.
He has a really interesting quirk because he can meld things together.
Yeah, attach things to other things and stuff.
So, like, he
And-
actually has his arm melded to Momo's arm so he can carry her easier.
Yeah. And yeah, this is where we point out that Momo got chumped off screen. So that's fun. I kind of wish they'd stop just kind of having her just immediately get destroyed without
I
much
mean,
of a fight.
This Nomu has like 5 drills and like 3 chainsaws.
Yeah, but also it's basic. She mentions specifically that she didn't even know what was happening, and until she woke up on the ground.
Yeah, they got jumped.
Yeah,
Um,
I wish that would stop happening to her, just getting immediately taken out without a fight.
it will. Um, but it's just, yeah, I feel like there was kind of a case of the writer not knowing what exactly to do with Momo because of her abilities.
Hmm.
But in any case, she does a very, she's like, okay, like the Noma's going after them, it stops, it decides to turn around. She's like, attach this thing to it.
Yeah, and it's clearly going to be a tracker.
Yes, clearly going to be a tracker. He melds it to it. The thing is brain dead, essentially. He can only take
Yep.
orders, so it's fine.
Yep.
Boy, that tracker's going to be really nice to have. Um,
And then we cut back to the villains, and yeah, apparently, at least Mr. Compress also got, chumped and taken down off screen because, you know, the, let's call them, I was going to say heroes, but let's call them students, drop out of the sky on top of him.
they grab him, and then they just gravity takes him down straight to the ground,
Yep.
and they land in front of all the villains.
Yeah. Not the perfect landing spot. That
Yeah.
not less than ideal. It's less than ideal.
There's a reason why Mr. Compress runs away, kind of thing, you know? He may not. I can't remember if he. I think he does things. I'm trying to remember.
He does mention that he's not really a fighter, and misdirection
Yeah.
is his stock and trade. Yeah.
So it's not necessarily like he's a big, flashy, combat-y guy.
Yeah.
That would be like Muscular or the Nomu, for example, would be more suited to.
Which does raise the question of why he revealed himself at all in the first place.
He's the magician thing, you know? It's kind of the I have to make the big performance.
Yeah.
That's basically his shtick. He's a crazy criminal who likes to make a show, and that backfires. So now Deku, who still has both arms broken and is running on fumes, along with Todoroki, Shoji, and did they bring anybody else with them? No, Bakugo and
Shoji and Bakugo was taken, and Tokoyami was taken. They're both marbles currently.
Yeah, so it's just the 3 of them.
And Twice goes, "I know you. Who are you?"
It's great. Yeah. Also, you get a quick cut to Erase reactions, and Toga's just like really happy. She gets to have a conversation with her new crush. And conversation, I mean stab.
It's a very intimate conversation.
Yes. Somebody's always going to walk away bleeding.
It's a very passionate conversation, too.
So, this is a really good episode.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of things happen. There's a lot of flow to it. Deku's planning really makes him stand out in this. Because everybody else is like, what do we do? What do we do? He's got that strategic mind to kind of direct everybody.
Yeah. And Bakugo's acknowledgement of that planning is also making him stand out because we know that wasn't what he was about before. And now he's learned.
Yep. There's a lot of Bakugo development in this season, I feel, that we're going to get in addition to this. So, yeah. There's Bakugo is number 1 in a lot of the fan polls currently, and has been for a while. There are reasons for that. Also, getting to see using Tokuyami's like Berserk Dark Shadow instead of it going crazy and hurting everyone and then causing like a bad situation that would just kind of result in angst was pretty nice. Like, yeah. Also, you get to see, you have the whole Vanguard squad essentially that you've seen.
Yeah. Teeth can fuck off, basically.
Yes.
That's where I stand.
Don't like Teeth. Spinner is a good Ninja Turtle.
He's fanboy. Fanboy is fanboy.
He's a Ninja Turtle. He clearly was made to be a Ninja Turtle after people kept telling Horikoshi that Stain reminded them of a Ninja Turtle. So that Twice is always great. And
there was also a brief cut to Mandalay and the Tiger as they were fighting the other villains that aren't with the rest of them because they're trying to bail and not doing a good job of it. And she asks what his quirk is because all she saw was the big sword.
So Kogiri decides to show up and be like, "Hey, everybody, you having a fun time? You're not about to anymore.
How's it going?" So we had some technical difficulties, and I did that the first time. I feel like I did it better the first time, to be honest. But we lost the audio for that, so that's a shame.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I mentioned the Nomu had Ragdoll's ears, or that was lost.
That was lost. So yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It
so
has the ears. They took her.
Yeah, there was lots of blood. Bad things happened, and really now it's just going to be, hey, we're surrounded by villains. Let's do this. Gonna be a good episode.
Yeah.
It's called What a Twist.
Yeah.
At least it's not like Dragon Ball, where it's just like, next episode, Frieza defeated.
Yeah, I mean, you say at least it isn't Dragon Ball, and all I can think of is the DBZA where they had the fucking Shyamalan thing.
That's exactly what I've been thinking of. That's literally everything. Like, I'm thinking of that exact same thing every time I say that, and it makes me happy.
Quite possibly the worst joke in Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
But still, I remember it, and it makes me happy.
Oh, well.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
With What a Twist.
No. None of that. Shame on you.
Things are going to be happening. I don't know how much they'll adapt, but hopefully they're keeping it at the same pace.
So you realize that's 3 Dragon Ball Z Abridged references we've made this episode.
Dude, it's like it's in our blood.
Yeah, pretty much.
I spent years watching Dragon Ball Z Abridged ever since like episode 1. So
you were gonna say you grew up on it, didn't you? That's what you were gonna say. It's also true, isn't it?
I mean, like, what? It started when I was in, like, middle school.
You were in middle school in 2008. 2008?
No. No, wait. Yeah, 2008. Because I graduated high school in 2013. So that would have been right at the end of middle school.
Yeah. I was in college.
You're old.
I wasn't in college. I was in university. Anyway. There's a difference in this country. Anyway, so thanks for watching, everybody. A bit of a tangent at the end there, but whatever. I can edit this now and fix all the technical difficulties. So, bye, everybody.
Bye.